Hello, everyone. It is time for our social studies science block. Wow, we're on week 4. So next week, social studies and science is going to look a little different because this was the end of the free trial, but it's still going to be fun. All right, here we go. Week 4. And we are on day 16. Day 16, animals and plants, seashore habitat. Watch the story Where the Wild Things Are. So that's something you'll do on your own. Read the book Where Land Meets Sea by Alan Fowler. I'm going to do that with you. And I'm also going to show the seashore science video. Here's your activity. It's a drawing activity, so that's always fun. I put it up in the portfolio section, so you could draw it right there, or you can do it on a separate piece of paper and send me a picture. All right. You know real sea creatures, for example, fish, crabs, and jellyfish. Now invent your own. Give your creature a name, then draw what it looks like. Here are some things to ask yourself. Does it have fins, arms, legs? Does it swim underwater or live on the seashore? What color is it? Is it a scary creature or a cute, cuddly one? Write a few sentences describing what your creature does throughout the day. All right, so nice and simple, you get to create a sea creature. All right, we're going to start with our book, Where Land Meets Sea. And we're going to be learning about some sea creatures today. Many families spend summer vacations by the seashore. Yep, I know I do every year. We go down to Wildwood and we go every weekend. Don't know what will happen this year if it's going to be open. They head for wide, sandy beaches that are great for swimming or surfing or boating or just lying in the sun. But there are other kinds of seashores besides sandy beaches. A seashore is any place where land meets sea or ocean. Some seashores are rocky. They may look lonely, yet be full of life. Animals and plants live in little pools called tide pools among the rocks. So now they're going to show us the type of ocean beach area that we're not used to. Like in this picture, it's all rocky and it looks very lonely. You know, you don't see people on it, but it's filled with life, filled with sea creatures. Steep cliffs can be found behind many rocky shores, or a cliff might rise directly out of the water. Some seashores are marshes, thick with tall reeds and other plants growing in the salty seawater. Great numbers of fish live in these salt marshes. Yes, so like on the way to Wildwood, we always pass these marshes and it smells horrible. But there are a lot of people that are fishing right there because there are a lot of fish in the marsh area. Certain trees, such as mangroves, can grow in salt water. There are muddy seashores too. People dig for clams in mud flats, or sandy beaches. Not all beaches have fine sand, the sand that feels so nice and soft under your feet when you run on it. There are pebbly and stony beaches. You wouldn't want to run barefoot on one of those. Yes, I've been to this one beach and it's like was full of rocks, and I forget the name of it, but yeah, the whole beach was full of rocks, and then when you went to go in the water, there were just tons of crabs. So that wasn't a beach day, but it just shows how, you know, it's not every beach is just nice sand. Crabs are at home on beaches as well as in the water. Some kinds of crabs run sideways. Gulls, pelicans, and many other birds fly and nest along shores. Pelicans have beaks with big pouches, which they use to scoop up fish. Seashores are always changing their shape. Waves rolling in from the seawater away Let me start over. Waves rolling in from the sea wear away cliffs and make caves in the rock. That takes a very long time. And you can look at the picture on the bottom where you see the cave. Sandy beaches change much more quickly. Just one heavy storm can wash away most of a beach. Waves and winds shift sand from place to place. Sand may pile up to form a long offshore island called a sandbar. The bar then protects the shoreline from the waves. So every once in a while, if you go in the water, in the middle of it, if you go deep, is a sandbar, and the water is only up to your ankles when you get to the sandbar. A big river can change a shoreline. The river carries silt, bits of rock and soil, which forms new land where the river meets the sea. This new land is called a delta. There are many ways to enjoy yourself at a seashore, whether it's sandy or rocky, muddy or marshy. Besides swimming or sailing, you can go fishing, collect seashells, or see how many different forms of animal life you can find. And many people feel good just breathing that sea air, which with its salty tang, and listening to the roar of the waves. Yes, I love the beach, and now I just want to go there. I can't wait, and I hope that they do open. I just want to go and relax. All right, so that was great. So you got to see that not all beaches are the same, and you saw some of the different creatures that live in the sea or in the ocean. Now I'm going to show you the video Seashore Science, and then at the end I'll go in the portfolio section and show you how to make your sea creature. All right, so share sound. All right, and here they have the key words and the quiz. So I know, I'm trying to get that off. Next week, when the social studies and science changes a little bit, they still have these videos, which is great. All right, here we go.
You ready? Let's go!
Seashore Science. What can you see by the seashore? You might see a sand castle, shells, or even a surfing dog. Many people go to the shore for summer fun. But there are animals and plants that call the seashore home all year long. The seashore is a habitat. It's where the ocean meets the land. But not all seashores look the same. Some seashores are sandy. How does all that sand stay in place and not get washed away by the waves? Sand dunes and beach grass help. Sand dunes are hills of sand. They protect the seashore from strong waves and wind. And beach grass helps keep dunes in place. The plant's roots grow deep into the sand and help hold the dune together. The seashore is a great habitat for many animals. A piping plover makes its nest right on the sand. But the sandy color of the plover's eggs is camouflage. This makes the eggs hard to spot in the sand. A hungry seagull that likes to eat bird eggs walks right by without seeing them. Look at that beautiful shell. Wait a minute, is it moving? It's a hermit crab. Hermit crabs climb inside empty shells and carry them on their backs. The hard shell protects their soft bodies. Hermit crabs eat tiny fish and worms that they find in the ocean water around them. Not all seashores are covered in sand. Along a rocky shore, you might see piles of smaller rocks, tall cliffs, and tide pools. Tide pools are shallow pools of water on a rocky seashore. Waves crash and water washes up on the shore. When the water pulls back toward the ocean, some of it is left behind in the tide pool. They may not be deep, but tide pools are full of life. Mussels, seaweed, sea stars, sea urchins, and other fascinating creatures live there. As you explore the shore, watch out for jellyfish. You might find one in the water. Jellyfish sting small fish and crabs to catch and eat them. They sometimes sting people too. Whether the seashore is rocky or sandy, people like to visit it. You can play in the water as the waves crash. Just make sure lifeguards and other adults are nearby. You could play a game or fly a kite. You can build sandcastles. Could you build one this big? You can search for sea glass, seashells, and small animals along the shore. You may even find a mermaid's purse. It doesn't belong to a mermaid. It is the case for the eggs of an animal like this. To you, the seashore might be where you spend a summer's day filled with sun, sand, and surf. But for the plants and animals that live there, it's a home with everything they need.
All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. All right, so what we're gonna do now is go on over to Class Dojo and create those sea creatures. All right, the class code changed to XOEVHE. And you find your name, click on Portfolio, Monday, May 4th, Science. Create a sea creature. What can it do? So you get to be creative. So let's see, let me think of what kind of sea creature. If I were on the beach, what kind of sea creature would I want around me? All right, I'm gonna make a friendly fish that kids can play with, but this fish can also live outside of water. So it's a friendly, nice fish. And it likes to play with kids. So that might keep Natalie busy while Mommy gets to lay on her beach chair. A nice, friendly fish to keep kids busy on the beach so Mommy can relax. All right, now I'm going to write the special things that it can do. All right, so I'm not going to write in yellow. You won't see it. This is friendly fish. A friendly fish can live in the water and out of the water. Friendly fish love kids to play with them. All right, so there's mine. And when you're all finished with it, then you just press hand in and I'll get your assignment. All right, everybody, I'll see you up next for math. Bye.